Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the September 22nd, 2025 Lackawanna City Council meeting caucus. Again, the caucus is an opportunity for the council members to discuss amongst ourselves various items on the agenda if necessary, and ask questions of any of the department heads, so on and so forth. To that end, the first couple items are administrative, so we'll move to departmental reports. 1 and 2, again, administrative, that's no consequence. At least there should be no questions. Communications from division department heads, number 3 on the agenda. Director of Development and Marketing requests City Council approve Commissioner D status for James Gibson II. Account clerk, typist, Department of Development, Code Enforcement. Pretty ministerial. I don't see a problem with that. Any council members have any comments? Item number 4, Van Taylor, Public Relations, Western Yard Veterans, requests City Council approve waiving any fees associated with annual Veterans Day Parade, 11 a.m. November 8th, 2025. It's usually a yearly occurrence. Any council members wish to be heard on that? Number 5, a request from Madam Mushin to address the council. That'll happen during the regular part of the meeting. And then there's another foils request, actually 3 of them from Mr. Mushin, that we have to entertain within a 10-day period. I thought it was a good idea, city clerk's good idea, that we bring it up at today's meeting, save having to call a special meeting, which would require, in my opinion, a request to waive the rules. You want to consider that. Any council members have any questions or issues on that item? If not, then there's a business registrations, Spare Time Snack Shop, 1840 Abbott Road. Thomas Figueroa wants to sell candy and snacks at the bowling alley at Abbott Road. So that's pretty much it. Normally we just call the meeting to order, but I don't know if we should wait for a few minutes, see if Mr. Mushin's going to come in. Yeah. So why don't we take a short recess, and I'll call the meeting to order, say at about 20 minutes to.
Okay.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the September 22nd, 2025 meeting. I'd like to call to order. We'll begin saying with the Pledge of Allegiance. Please rise.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Would the clerk call the roll, please?
Muflahi? Present. Anderson? Moretti?
Here.
Sirdike?
Present.
Morano?
Here.
Law Department? Here. Development and Marketing?
Here.
Public Works has been excused. Public Safety?
Here.
Comptroller?
Here.
Recreation?
Here.
No hearings for citizens.
Approval of the minutes of the regular meeting of September 8th, 2025.
Morano moves to adopt minutes regular meeting September 8th, 2025 is ready.
Muflahi seconds.
Motion by Morano, second by Muflahi to adopt minutes of the regular meeting of September 8th, 2025 as written. Muflahi?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Moretti?
Yes.
Sirdike?
Yes.
Morano?
Yes.
Carried 5-0. Departmental reports 1 and 2.
Morano moves to receive and file departmental reports 1 and 2.
Muflahi seconds.
Motion by Morano, second by Muflahi to receive and file departmental reports 1 and 2. Muflahi?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Moretti?
Yes.
Sirdike?
Yes.
Morano?
Yes.
Carried 5-0. Director of Development and Marketing requests the City Council approve Commissioner of Deeds status for James Gibson II, account clerk typist in the Department of Development and Code Enforcement.
Morano moves to approve request.
Anderson second.
Motion by Morano, second by Anderson to approve request. Muflahi?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Moretti?
Yes.
Sirdike?
Yes.
Morano?
Yes.
Carried 5-0. Van Taylor, Public Relations for Western New York Veterans. Request the City Council approve waiving any fees associated with the annual Veterans Day Parade at 11 a.m. on November 8th, 2025.
Morano moves to approve request for public safety.
Moretti
and
second.
public works.
Oops, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Moretti second.
Motion by Morano, second by Moretti to approve request, refer to Public Safety and Public Works. Maflahe?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Moretti?
Yes.
Sirdike?
Yes.
Morano?
Yes.
Carried 5-0. Mr. Muson's general topics for discussion.
For the record, he's not here. It's approximately 18 minutes before 7. We did take a brief recess between the caucus and this meeting to give him more time to come in if he was coming in. Possibility is maybe we'll table this till the next meeting in case something happened. It's up to you, up to the council. If you want to do that, I'll second. All right, Morano moves to table.
Ready, second.
Motion by Morano, second by Moretti to table item number 5. Maflahe?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Moretti?
Yes.
Sirdike?
Yes.
Morano?
Yes.
Carried 5-0. Request to waive the rules.
Morano moves to waive the rules.
Ready, second.
Motion by Morano, second by Moretti to waive the rules. Maflahe?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Moretti?
Yes.
Sirdike?
Yes.
Morano?
Yes.
Carried 5-0. City Council to discuss 3 FOIL appeal requests from Mr. Montamucci.
Ariana, City Attorney, would you care to be heard on this before we begin?
Briefly, I will speak, Council President, and I think the council should be aware of the city's position on this. Mr. Moosen has appealed what he phrases as a denial of 3 Freedom of Information Law requests, which were served back in the beginning of August. I can just go through each one briefly. The first is decision-making and legal compliance regarding the handling of June 25th, 2025 email. This FOIL request contains 42 requests. As the city has explained to Mr. Moosen several times, FOIL request applied to requests for documents or records. With respect to this particular request, there's 42 items, and a vast majority of them are requesting answers to questions, asking the city to identify certain people, asking the city to confirm or deny whether certain people were aware of certain events. The city's position is pretty straightforward, that those types of requests are just outside the scope of FOIL. With respect to, go ahead.
Well, before you continue, and I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, that's okay.
I think we should take each one individually. So to that end,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to make a motion to deny the appeal on item number 1.
Okay.
I'll second it.
What is item number 1?
So that's the what Mr. Moosen says is a denial of his August 4th FOIL request, decision-making and legal compliance regarding the handling of the June 25th, 2025 email, and that issue is, before the court right now. I would just note that in addition to a number or vast majority of the requests being outside the scope of FOIL, there were, I think, 3 or 4 items which were proper requests for documents, and the city's response is that it's not in possession of any responsive documentation. And I just want to make clear for the record that prior to serving FOIL requests, the FOIL responses on Mr. Moosen, the city did conduct a diligent search before certifying that no responsive records were found.
And that'll be noted for the record. Right.
So
item-
wait, just for clarification, what was, the June 25 request, the email that he's referring to happened after June 25? Or he's requesting information from the meeting of June 25?
He's requesting information about the June 25th meeting.
Was this something that we had already covered in a previous request, FOIL request denial?
In part, some of the documentation, but this request really was for 42 additional items which were phrased as questions. So what the council had heard in the first special meeting, that related specifically to the events leading up to the meeting. This request is predominantly, it's related, Council Member Muflahi, but it's different in that different information is requested.
Is the Exhibit O privilege log what you're referring to as part of the privileged information that was in our packet?
That has nothing to do with these FOIL appeals. There has
Okay.
been one privilege log served by the city, and that was in connection with the first FOIL appeal that Mr. Moosen made back, the first special meeting that the council heard.
Okay.
That's the only privilege log that has been disclosed, and those are the only documents that have been withheld on the basis of attorney-client privilege. So that has nothing to do with the appeals that
Okay.
he's
So
filed in connection
the-
with these.
Okay, so the number one part that Council President move to deny has nothing to do with Exhibit O.
Correct.
Okay. And how do we know what does apply to what we are, what Council President is, has motion to deny?
Well, it's in the emails that Mr. Moosen sent to the council with his FOIL appeal, and it's also in the communication I sent to the council explaining it.
And I also sent it.
But the explicit emails I'm talking about, not necessarily the summary of what, not a summary of it just containing privileged information. Do we get to, like we did with the first request denial, do we get to look at the exhibits to see if it in fact does breach any kind of confidentiality?
There are no exhibits, Councilmember Muflahi. The FOIL request, which I mentioned, has 42 items. I would say, and this is just off the top of my head, I didn't count, I think 30 to 35 are requests that are not within the scope of FOIL. They are questions. FOIL is a request for documents and records. The Committee on Open Government has made clear that FOIL is not a tool to be used to get information that is not in the form of records from a municipality, nor is it a tool to be used to cross-examine government officials or government employees. So with respect to what we're discussing, the response from the city was that a vast majority are outside the scope of FOIL. For the few that were proper requests for documents, the city conducted a diligent search for responsive documents and records. And the result of the search was that there were no responsive documents or records. Mm-hmm. So there's been nothing withheld on the basis of attorney-client privilege or for any other reason. It was simply the city conducting a search for responsive records to a proper record request and there being no responsive records. Because as you are likely aware, the city is under no obligation to create records in response to FOIL. In response to a FOIL request, the city's obligation is to conduct a search of the records within the city's possession.
Is there current litigation in regards to this specific request with, did he file Article 78 for this particular piece?
Mr. Moosen did not file an Article 78, file an Article 78 with respect to the FOIL request. In order to do that, he really needs to exhaust his administrative appeal process, which would be going for the council.
Yeah, this
Item
is,
number 2?
This is getting confusing. I've got 42 emails from him and
It's
you. I mean,
It's really hard to keep up.
and a lot of it is rehashed, you know what I'm getting at?
oh, I know exactly what
Okay.
you're getting at, yeah.
And I keep reading
And-
over and
And I
it's all the
think
same stuff.
the court has to be, and has been asked to address that situation because it's not only redundant, but it's a waste of resources
Oh, for sure.
and not pertinent, and an abuse of the legal system, in my opinion. So, item number 2?
We have to vote.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Motion by Morano, second by Moretti to deny FOIL decision-making and legal compliance regarding handling of June 25th, 2025 email. Maflahe?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Moretti?
Yes.
Sirdike?
Yes.
Morano?
Yes.
Carried 5-0.
If I may, Your Honor, yep. The second is an August FOIL request for business entitled Business Application Denials and Use of Criminal History. This request included 4 numbered items. The first request asked for a total number as it relates to individuals or entities who applied to open or operate a business. The city's response to that is what we had just discussed a couple of moments ago, which is that's really outside the scope of FOIL because it's not a request for records. Items 2 through 4 are requests for documents that are subject to FOIL. The city conducted a diligent search and is not in possession of any documentation or records responsive to those requests. And that's really the city's position on that.
Morano moves to deny the appeal request on item number 2.
Ready, set?
Motion by Morano, second by Moretti to deny the request for FOIL appeal for business application denials and use of criminal history. Maflahe?
Just for clarity, is he still eligible to apply for his business license regardless of today's vote in regards to this particular topic or this item number 2?
I'm not sure I understand the question.
Does our vote right now prevent him from pursuing a business license?
This
No,
has
just denies the appeal, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, that's
Just
okay.
denies the appeal for the actual FOIL request.
Correct, yeah,
Yeah.
the FOIL issues that we're discussing have no impact on any business registration issues. It's completely separate.
Maflahe?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Moretti?
Yes.
Sirdike?
Yes.
Morano?
Yes.
Carried 5-0.
And then the last appeal, Council President, is an August 5th FOIL request entitled Records and Communications Regarding Improper Request for Sealed Court Records. This request included five numbered items. The first item was a request for records, and the city provided the responsive documentation in its possession. The city is not in possession of any documentation responsive to request numbers 2 and 3. With respect to request number 4 in this FOIL request, Mr. Moosen is seeking employee training records relating to a number of issues, including FOIL compliance, employee training under the New York State Human Rights Law, the Clean Slate Act, juvenile justice and sealed records, and anti-discrimination training for a period of 5 years. The city's response was that we do have responsive documentation. We're conducting a diligent search, and we will respond and provide the training documentation on or before September 24th, which is this Wednesday. I've been working with the department head who would have that documentation within their department. We don't anticipate any issue with that turnaround time. So to be clear, for request number 4, the city didn't deny the request. The city just said, given that you're asking for a lot of records with a whole 5-year look back period, the city just said we need a little bit more time because 20 business days is not a lot of time for, the city to perform that type of request. With respect to request number 5, Mr. Moosen is correct that the city didn't respond to that item. That was my human error. I'm not perfect, so when I served the response, I just accidentally did not include a response to that item, but I did supplement and serve the response, and that request, like the first request, is not properly within the scope of FOIL, so that was the response.
So given the request that was proper and is the subject of a search currently, would it be appropriate for the council to make a decision to deny or approve the appeal at this time?
I think that arguably, at least with respect to the item number 4, which is the one that the city is still, the city is still working to produce the records for, it is arguably premature, which is, what I had pointed out previously. So, Mr. Moosen should have the records responsive to that request this week. So, it's within the council's discretion if that's something, that you want to table, or, I think it arguably could be premature. I would also say we could put on the record that, Mr. Moosen could potentially have the ability to appeal that specific request if there's an issue with it. But I will say for the record that whatever responsive documentation the city has responsive to that request, the city will provide.
And that may be enough under normal circumstances. It might not be enough here. And for us to not act on this today could put us beyond the 10 days.
That's correct.
And that puts that particular item in jeopardy.
That's true, because the city code is clear that the council has to respond within 10 business days.
So I'm wondering if we can't I would consider making a motion to deny the appeal conditioned on fulfillment of the information requested in item number 4.
That would make
But
sense.
Council President, does it make it even, does it make his claim legitimate since it's not necessarily been denied? And do we have to act on it considering it hasn't been in fact denied?
Well, arguably, Councilmember Muflahi, a vast majority of the appeals the council has heard have not been appeals of denials.
He's making this subject of his appeal. So that automatically, I think, puts it in the realm of something that needs to be dealt with by the council one way or the other.
I agree with that.
But I understand what you're saying, and it's a good question.
Because we wouldn't be in the wrong if we didn't vote on it within the 10 days because there hasn't been an actual denial. We wouldn't be non-compliant.
Because the 10 days runs up on when, the 25th?
Yes.
And you said you would
Thursday.
have that by the 25th.
Should be by the 24th, which would be the day before.
So again, procedurally, do you have a recommendation as how to deal with this today?
I mean, I think that it's really incumbent on the individual who's appealing the FOIL response, right? To kind of, the onus is on the requester to pursue the appeal that they filed. I mean, Mr. Moosen filed an appeal of what he phrased as a denial. It's possible he interpreted that as some sort of constructive denial under FOIL because September 24th is outside the 20-day period, 20-day business day period that is recommended, not even necessarily required, but recommended by the Committee on Open Government.
Okay, then the council could deny the motion to appeal on basis that it's not timely.
Well, no, I wouldn't agree with that, but I think it would be either premature or,
It's not timely,
right,
right?
that's true. I think that, Mr. Moosen has interpreted the city's response as a denial. I wanted to point out to the council, just in full disclosure, that it really wasn't a denial because we're not saying you're not getting the records. We're just saying we need a little more time.
He's entitled to the records, give him the records,
Right,
but then I don't want a controversy after this coming up again saying, well, you never denied or approved my appeal, so that's still something that I'm not satisfied with. I'm just trying to button this up as best we can.
But the legal department does provide, when there is a denial to the request, you provide some kind of a sheet that would tell them that, and that hasn't been provided for this particular number 4, right?
right, because the city hasn't denied the request.
So in the event that you do, for example, if you do deny his request for this, which you're not,
Then
that's when it would trigger his appeal.
I mean, I don't know that I would concede that because Mr. Moosen is the one who decided to file an appeal, whether it was premature or not. I'm just wanted to point out to the council that the city isn't taking the position that he's not going to get the records. The city's taking the position he is going to get the records.
Okay, then I'm gonna make a motion to deny the appeal on item number 4 as non-responsive to the statute requiring a denial. Hasn't been a denial. That's my motion. I make a motion to deny the appeal, including item number 4. And on item number 4, based on, what were you doing?
You said non-responsive?
Non-responsive.
Okay, so Morano made a motion, second?
You want to read the motion?
Oh, okay. To deny the appeal of the request for records and communications regarding improper requests for sealed records, including number 4, based on non-responsiveness.
It's a, it could be worded differently, I think, but.
I mean, I think that it's just a question of whether or not the appeal is properly considered by FOIL.
Okay, let's take it one step farther. I made a motion based on number 4 being non-responsive. The next step is to 78 it based on an error on the council for even entertaining that. And the court would say, well, it was premature anyways, and by that time you will have had the.
And it would be moot.
So anyway, I stand by my motion. Is there a second?
Yes.
Second by Councilmember Moran.
Thank you. Motion by Morano, second by Moretti, to deny the appeal of the August 5th FOIL, records and communications regarding improper requests for sealed court records, including number 4, based on non-responsiveness.
Take the roll.
No, I will. Maflahe?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Moretti?
Yes.
Sirdike?
Yes.
Morano?
Yes.
Carried 5-0.
All right, moving on to the business registrations, spare time snack shop, 18, oh, you read it, that's your job.
Spare Time Snack Shop, 1840 Abbott Road. The business is actually located inside the bowling alley. Tomas Figueroa, sale of candy and snacks.
We're gonna move to approve business registrations.
Motion by Morano, second by Anderson to approve business registration. Maflahe?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Moretti?
Yes. Yes.
Sirdike?
Yes.
Morano?
Yes.
Carried 5-0.
Okay, any table items, old business? If not, then on behalf of my dear friend Mohammed Almana, whose family and he has lost his sister, I would move that we adjourn in memory of Mohammed Almana's sister.
Can I say a few words?
Yeah, sure.
She was like a second mom to me. Losing her was like my mom's, passing away all over again. So she will be greatly missed. She was one of the original moms of the community. Just very warm, very wise, always offered a joke and wisdom. Very funny. She will be greatly missed.
Thank you for those words. A double heartache, yeah, sure. Sorry to hear that.
Second.
And all.
Oh. Motion by Morano, second at all.
I mean, your Councilman, Moretti, you want to?
Not in that subject.
Oh.
Subject.
Et al. In memory of Mohammed Albana's sister. Maflahe?
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Moretti?
Yes.
Sirdike?
Yes.
Morano?
Yes.
Carried 5-0.
I would just like to address citizens and the council. My behavior at our special meeting, I was a bit out of line. It's my nature to stand up for anybody that's being degraded or bullied. And it's come to my attention as a public figure that we're supposed to be take it all in, and it's part of it. But again, I just like to apologize for my nature, or for my actions. But again, that's me. Thank you.
And thank you, Councilmember Moretti. Anyone else in closing? Okay, thank you all. Have a good night.